The theme for chapter 6 is act like your life depends on it. I'm sitting here in the middle of the Rialto Theater in historic South Pasadena. This was the place where things like Thriller were filmed, a theater that Quentin Tarantino at one time aspired to buy. It's a theater where the Rocky Horror Picture Show was here for maybe 20 years. It is probably the centerpiece of so many different horror films, but also was highlighted in the movie La La Land. And the reason for me that this place is so significant is that it's on the same street as Huntington Memorial Hospital, which is where I had surgery for cancer. When I was going through the process of trying to find out what was wrong with me, the doctor that initially told me I needed to get a biopsy is over here in this area. And this isn't near where I live. In fact, I was a little bit frustrated that I was having to drive so far away. There's so many good doctors close to where I live. There's a world-renowned hospital close to our house. And yet the doctor that I went to sent me to another doctor here, to a radiologist over here, to a surgeon over here. And so everyone that was recommended was over here. So I had to keep driving back over here to this area. And at first I wondered if it was just for the reason of dealing with my cancer, but at the same time, I had this sense that God was bringing me back to this area over and over and over again because he was trying to lead me into something. And I think it's really, to me, such an important intersection that the moment I was wondering if this was going to be the end of my life, it was also the moment where God was showing me what I needed to do with the rest of my life, that there was something significant that was to happen here and I needed to act like my life depended on it. And I wonder how many times in our life we just always assume we have tomorrow, and so we miss on the opportunities for today. I don't think it's incidental that I'm here, and this is the birthplace of our next campus for Mosaic, that people's lives will be forever changed here, that families will come together here, that people will meet here and fall in love, that children will be raised here, that people who are desperate for hope and meaning, who are overwhelmed with despair and emptiness, will find life here. They'll find life here. And I, in a sense, found this place while I was trying to find a way to understand what God was doing with my life. I didn't know if it would be my last Christmas. I didn't know if it would be my last book. I didn't know if it would be my last arrow. But what it did for me was not slow me down. What it really did for me was intensify my decisions to live life every day to the fullest. I didn't know if I would ever be here to see the culmination of what we're doing here. This place is a wreck. It requires hundreds of thousands of dollars of repair and restoration. Everything about it is falling apart. It, for me, symbolizes our lives, how so oftentimes we are so broken and we are shipwrecked. We are falling apart. There's something iconic about us. There's something inviolable about us. But it takes someone to be able to see the beauty in us, to be able to work through all the brokenness. I feel like the Rialto for us is a metaphor. It's a metaphor of our broken lives. It's a metaphor of all that has been lost. It's a metaphor of a past that seems better than the future. And for us to step into this moment, it's also the powerful reminder that God takes broken things and makes them better than new, that God redeems our past and creates for us a more beautiful future. But we can't hope it happens. We can't just sit back and wait for something to happen. We need to act like our life depends on it. We need to step into the moment and seize every opportunity. We need to value and treasure every day that we're given. Maybe it isn't incidental that the moment a doctor said to me, "You have cancer," and I had to deal with the prospect of coming to the end of my life, that God used that moment to create something new that would bring life to so many others. It's not done until you're done. It's not over till it's over. You need to live every day as if your life depends on it, because it does.